Yeah.
That's the funny thing. So in Mario games, especially the more we play Mario games, a lot of enemies will have the same design. In Sunshine, they're a little off.
Yeah.
They're just wrong enough. It's like that. Welcome back to some more of Super Mario Sunshine. Alright, we're doing red coins in the coral reef of Gelato Beach. So let's just bypass these cataquacks over here. And right over here is the beautiful coral reef. We're looking for 8 red coins.
8 specifically?
Mm-hmm. It's always 8 red coins. That's just a Mario tradition. It's a way to explore and shit. I mentioned earlier that I say a lot, so bear with me, folks. But you explore...
I would just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Who gives a shit?
Let it flow. That's a blue coin. That's different, but still very important. Gimme. Excuse me.
Oh, the little fishies
Yeah,
are like,
the
oh!
fish are like, it's mine! My bubbles.
They're like, wait, that's our friend!
Okay, so anyways, as you're going through the levels, be on the lookout for red coins. And it really just adds a layer to exploration, while also giving you a collectible. Careful, look out for the big fish. Ah, shit!
Oh.
He'll grab you and drag you down, making it hard to come back up for air. And he's a bully, too. He'll come back for more.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, didn't learn your lesson the first time, did you?
Wait, come back.
I was gonna say, I have terrible depth perception. Where is that coin?
Uh-huh. That's the tricky part about 3D Mario games as opposed to 2D Mario games. It's just like, oh, I gotta make this specific jump for this coin.
My depth perception was off!
Yeah.
What's nice, especially in Mario Sunshine, is, hold on, I can recover with the hover nozzle.
Yeah.
Whereas in other Marios, it's just like, shit!
Death.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. But what I like to do is have a bird's eye view right above the coral reef to be like, where's those red coins?
Yeah.
Ah, there you are. Because see, we almost are halfway. There's our 4th. So yeah, you can get up close and personal and really explore the coral reef, or you can just kind of tread
above,
water
yeah.
above and be like, ah, there you are. So yeah, overall, not bad, but still beautiful. Hard to believe this was in 2002. Did I tell you that the GameCube was actually the most powerful console at the time, even though it flopped?
No.
It doesn't have to do with power. It has to do with market and your library and basically just what games you're putting out there that appeal, because people love Mario, but more people are into sports games, shooter games.
God,
At
that's
that
so
time,
unfortunate.
PlayStation 2 had a little bit of everything. Whereas Nintendo very much catered to the platformers and the kids games and the colorful worlds and stuff like that. Occasionally dipping into the hardcore or the intense and mature themes. But for the most part, most teenagers and people growing up were just like, well, Nintendo kind of doesn't care about us. They're still all for the little kiddies.
Yeah.
We're growing up now. I want to play Call of Duty or Medal of Honor or Devil May Cry. And those games weren't on Nintendo. But if you still enjoyed the kid games, you had Sly Cooper. Mm-hmm. You had Jak and Daxter. You had the Rayman games. So you still had your 3D platformers. And there were plenty of RPGs. The GameCube only had so many RPGs. Mm-hmm. Most of them was on PS2. And all of this was because discs were coming in and Nintendo was just kind of really holding on to the cartridge. And then when they did go for the disc, they had these little tiny discs. It was weird. Yeah. GameCube has very tiny disc. Mm-hmm. So with the tiny disc and kind of lunchbox handle, everyone was just like, ah, that's the console for babies. And the GameCube was just kind of passed on by. I was a baby, so I played them. And they're some of my favorite games of all time.
There's a part of me that wishes the stigma would just die already with this is only for kids. This is only for teens. Get out of here.
It helps because Nintendo is winning the long game, and that's nostalgia. So you grow up with it, whereas PlayStation and Microsoft, they keep moving on.
Yeah.
Their series just kind of die. They don't have the lasting value of Mario and Zelda. So you have that, it's just like, I remember this growing up. Check this shit out.
Right.
And you can pass it down to your children and so on and so forth. Whereas if you're a fan of, and I'm trying to think because a lot of those bones have been milked dry, but let's say, what the hell, Croc or Gex on PlayStation. You're not really going to have a sequel or an equivalent to the extent of the Mario games you have now compared to back then. It just wasn't as popular. Anywho, back to the game, you have to lure these bullet bills so that they can blow up the crates so that you can get blue coins.
Now, for the color of the coins, is it just like the amount of the coin? What is the... I don't remember.
No, they're different. So gold coins is like 100 for an extra life and also, I believe, a shine sprite. Blue coins you give to the raccoon guy, and he gives you a shine sprites.
Okay.
And it's 8 red coins for a shine sprite as well. So they basically serve the same purpose.
It's just the amount of each.
It's just the amount. Yep. Look at the Bob-Obs here. Not Bobby, not Bobby.
Not Bobby, not Bobby, not Bobby.
They have a completely different design in this game.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. So in Mario games, especially the more we play Mario games, a lot of enemies will have the same design. In Sunshine, they're a little off.
Yeah.
They're just wrong enough. It's like, that's not a Goomba.
That's a Boomba.
It functions as a Goomba, but it's different. Whereas when you play Mario Galaxy or New Super Mario Brothers, you'll be like, that's clearly a Goomba. It has the exact detail because Nintendo's a stickler for that kind of stuff. I remember when they were doing Mario and Rabbids, the crossover.
Right.
And Nintendo was a stickler to be like, you got the game over theme wrong. Like, everyone's just like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And for the most part, that's right. But to Nintendo, that's wrong. You're missing those little intricacies. And that's a problem to them. So, Nintendo is a stickler for details.
Well, I wonder, too, if it's it's not just being a stickler for details, but it's licensing rights.
That too, yeah.
If you don't get it exactly right, then they don't technically own the licensing rights.
So they want to make sure, it's on point.
Right.
This is a tricky
so that they know
course.
that they own it.
They disappear. That's the practice run. Now comes the big stretch. I really like, and you'll notice this as we go through more of the Mario games, these special stages, the backgrounds are actually backgrounds from different Mario games.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you noticed, but there was always 8-bit Marios in the background. This is from Yoshi's Island, where it kind of has this coloring book aesthetic. And you'll see a couple others from other earlier Mario games as well. Damn it. Boing. We're just gonna jump on up here. Come on, please. Almost. Alright, here we go. Alright. Position the camera. Most important.
I already hate it.
Thanks, I hate it. So here's a question. Out of the 3D platformers so far, which has appealed to you most, even though you're not too crazy about 3D platformers? A Hat in Time, Psychonauts, or Super Mario Sunshine?
Ooh.
Screw that one up, it's not worth it. It's a trick.
Yeah.
That's not a life, that's a lie.
That's a hard question.
Okay.
I know it's not Psychonauts.
Okay.
Unfortunately. I really enjoyed watching it, but I think there's just too much going on that I would become extremely confused.
And overwhelmed.
Yeah. And especially
I wonder if
certain
Psychonauts
things
2
are-
fixes that.
yeah. And the fact that certain things are required to continue, but they don't tell you they're required to continue.
Yeah.
So I just don't know that I would like that aspect.
Okay.
I love the premise. I would say I like that storyline and the premise of that the best out of all of them.
Okay. So you like the story of Psychonauts the best?
Yes.
Okay.
I like A Hat in Time's characters and the quirkiness,
Okay.
but I feel like playing-wise, I would probably end up playing Mario Sunshine.
Okay. Neat.
Just because I know, like, A Hat in Time, it's very forgiving, but, like, there's a lot of running across wires and running across small things and jumping and very precise
Yeah.
platforming. Whereas this one, it kind of has some forgiveness when it comes to the platforming.
No, Hat in Time has more polish than this. Not just
yeah.
because of, like, the years later, but, like, this inspired A Hat in Time.
Yeah.
So it was just like, ooh, this gave me an idea to do my own 3D platformer.
Right.
But it was a little janky here. Let me smooth it out.
I mean, it's just you can see the growth in game making in general between the two.
Yeah.
Well, between all three of them.
You can also see, like, since we've seen Nintendo's games through a multitude of consoles, you can see how they themselves have improved.
Oh, yeah.
From their 2D games to their 3D games to, like, recently playing through Tears of the Kingdom.
Right.
You can see just, like, they've come a long way. And, this definitely was a golden age, but it still lacked polish.
See, I think for me,
Well, maybe not polish,
the
but, like,
thing
it
that
could
I'm
always
not-
strive to do better.
the thing that I'm not crazy about when it comes to 3D platformers isn't necessarily the fault of the game. It's because I don't have good depth perception.
Yeah, and that's
So
a
it's like-
very important ingredient.
Yeah, so like I mean for platforming, you're
platforming.
jumping, you're jumping the entire game and I have no perception of how far I need to jump, like
Whereas your favorite genre, more or less, are the
is
RPGs.
definitely RPG.
Yeah, so growing up, you would have definitely been more accustomed to a PS2 than a GameCube. Because GameCube had more platformers.
Yeah.
Whereas a PS2 had more of everything. It had more platformers,
But see,
it also
I
had
don't-
way more RPGs.
I don't necessarily know because growing up we didn't have a lot of games, but the two of the three games we did
Or
have were
platformers.
platformers.
Yeah.
But I also had better depth perception.
Ah.
My perception changed after I had that head injury because it damaged my eye.
Right.
So that affects my depth perception.
Obviously, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if I would have liked RPGs more as a kid
Okay.
because I feel like jumping and perceiving how and where to jump would have been a lot easier.
RPGs were more stingy as a kid for me
Yeah.
because they required, like, pay attention. This character
Yeah.
just said something and you have to do this. Or, oh, you didn't level up properly.
Right.
These monsters are going to kick your teeth in.
Yeah.
Or you didn't get the proper gear. Or it's a lot of pre-planning
Whereas I
to know what you're doing because enemies don't give a shit. They'll kick your ass.
Yeah. Whereas I think, honestly, I really like puzzle games.
Okay.
I'm sure you noticed when you're in the dungeons in Zelda, and I'm like, maybe try that.
yeah.
Maybe do that. Try it this way. Like, I like that. I don't know for how long I like that with the trial and error, but
Well, Ys has a couple puzzles, doesn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
But not too many. They're kind of like spaced out, you'd say?
Yeah.
Is it as frequent as Zelda or a little less?
I would say
trying to
less
remember.
for sure.
Less?
Because
Okay.
in Ys, you don't really have a lot of dungeons.
Whereas, like, Trials of Mana had barely any puzzles.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
think
two
they're-
total?
Yeah. And at that, they were like really, really short.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas, Zelda always kind of has that blend of, like, exploration, solve a puzzle,
Yeah.
a little bit of combat, but it's mostly about puzzle solving.
Right. Whereas Ys, it was just like, oh no, you're in this dungeon and you have to get out. Good
Mm-hmm.
luck.
Good luck.
But it only happens maybe 2 or 3 times, if that.
Oh, I thought Shadow Mario was sleeping in the tree. I was like, you son of a bitch. I'm here looking for you and you're just snoozing in the treetops. Come here, buddy. It can get pretty annoying because in the later levels, they get bigger, and he runs around, and he goes in a pattern, but every once in a while, he will break from that pattern to be like, nah, see if you can keep up. So sometimes it takes a while, the further you get into the level. It's not as easy as oh shit, got stuck in the sand. I love that little detail. If you fall from a like,
From a height.
yeah, from a height, basically. I was going to say like a tall height, but height. If you fall from heights and you land in the sand, you don't take damage, but you get stuck for a minute. Whereas if you fall on solid ground, he'll be like, ouch! He'll take a little bit of fall damage. But plop right into the sand and he'll go, oof! Mamma mia! Oh man, I'm running out of water. I'm gonna have to beeline it right to the beach. Unless...
Mario's like, "Hey."
Come on, come on. Almost there. Don't use it all. We need it for little Shadow Mario. Oh, did we get him? No, he just faked us out.
He just ran directly into him.
Yep. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to hit the beach. Yeah, stalk back up. I don't really know how many times you gotta spray him. Basically, it's spray him until he falls down. Oh, is that it? No? Okay.
He moves like a water spider.
Yeah?
Have you ever seen like...
A water spider or a water strider? The ones that like skim,
I think
skim
it's
at
the
the top.
strider.
The strider? Okay.
I always just thought they were spiders.
They're not actually. Okay. Water striders are insects. Water spiders are actually really fucked up. They like live in bubbles, and that's how they survive underwater. And they actually exist underwater.
Okay.
And they're big motherfuckers.
Oh.
Yeah. But a water strider.
I just know they
is just
they
the little,
zip around really
the
quickly
little bug
on
that
top.
goes zip,
Yeah.
zip, zip. You'll see those in some Mario games as well. They'll just be kind of like floating up there. Boop, boop.
I remember
But we got him.
going to Cucumber Falls when I was little and scaring the shit out of my sister because I would like pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be
We picked up the water striders.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do we have enough? Nope, not yet. All right, I think I need 30 shine sprites. I think that's how you activate it, because I thought you needed 25. But evidently not. All right, so where can we get some more shine sprites that are easy? Because the easy shine sprites are getting thinner and thinner.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start working for them.
Yeah, once you get past the first like 10 to 15, then you actually have to put in some effort. Okay, let's see here. Skim around.
Is that a pear?
I think it is. Just a random fruit from the fruit market. Okay, I already got that one. The way you can tell is it's kind of hollow. Mm-hmm. So they still appear where you would normally get them, but they're hollow now. To be like, you already got this one.
I'm really excited I made micro muffins.
Ooh.
Micro banana muffins.
Micro muffins. Hooray!
It's like a teaspoon of muffin.
Cool. I love it. What flavor?
Banana. Banana! Because we have those bananas I needed to use up.
Oh boy. I love me a good banana muffin.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't put any nuts in it, so...
Yay! Even better! Okay, well, we need Yoshi to take care of this. So see, my water doesn't do anything. Yoshi has a special ability.
I was gonna say, what is that?
We'll soon see. I don't know. It's a special kind of paint.
Oh. It's latex.
It's probably what it is. Okay. Let's see here. That's World 6. The pineapple's World 5. Way at the top up there is World 7. And Corona Mountain is World 8. Oh no, the Rona.
Rona Mountain.
So yeah, I think in the next episode we're going to try to get some more abilities to see if we can get Yoshi. Because once we get Yoshi, we can open up new paths. And also get some more nozzles.
Yosh!
So that's our goal. So we'll see you all in the next episode of Super Mario Sunshine. Woohoo!
Toodles! Ooh, I think I just hit puberty.
Yeah?
Toodles!
Toodles!